people on YouTube and anyone who else who sees this or I decided to post it. So this video is gonna be kind of quirky, I guess. So I'm doing the top 10 anime girls that I like from all the anime stuff I do watch. This won't have any comic book characters or anything. So apparently all these characters have a like I thought were pretty cool. I can somewhat relate to some of them, especially number one. Um, so pretty much I'm just gonna go through like the whole list of like my top 10. Let you know real quick. You know I said top 10. There is two from the 10 spot because I couldn't decide properly. That's my fault actually. So further ado, so one of the first number 10s we got is this lovely person right here. Is the ice spirit from Rosalia Vampire, and if I can get her name to pop up, yeah. Well, don't ask me how to pronounce that. Okay, I'm incredibly bad at reading, so that's my fault. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother butchering that name. So she's from the anime Rosalia Vampire, where pretty much a human boy goes to a school full of monsters, and he hooks up like he made his first friends with a vampire chick. Then he makes a bunch of other. It's like a harem. I guess you can call it a harem anime, even though it takes place at a school. But I don't know the whole definition of harems. So she's actually a character you meet. She's actually the stalker of the main male character, and she's like socially awkward and yeah, that's pretty much the best way I can put it. She's not ice spirit. She's just ice. She actually has pretty cool, um, like a pretty cool attitude. I like her outfit and the color scheme. Her mother needs work though. I actually have her figure too. I gotta figure out where it is in my room. As you can see in the back. Character's pretty cool. I think my favorite thing I ever seen this character do, and if I can remember real quick, cause I'm doing this video kind of late, so I'm kind of tired. Sorry. What was that one thing? Oh yeah. So apparently, how she introduces herself to the main male character. So apparently, she meets him in the hallway, and in the manga and the anime, but most I'm talking about the manga version. So she meets him in the hallway, starts telling him that she's a big fan and everything. And what she does, which I found hilarious, was she pretty much opens a opens a little journal of all the news that he did and everything, and put her own version. So it's kind of like the crazy stalker character, but she's really funny. Everything like the fact that she uses ice and everything. Um, yeah, she was actually a pretty funny character. I'm not gonna lie. So that's the end for that one. If I can get it to go away. Okay, cool. Why do you keep doing that stupid thing? There we go. Now the next number 10 I had was if I can get it to come up real quick. It's Sue from is this character named Sue, and she's from Monsamune. Now Sue is a slime, and she has like three forms. I picked like probably the most PG version I could find and understandable. So she's a slime. Um, she's like I don't know. She has apparently more water she drinks, the more mature she looks. But most of the time, she still looks like a little drop of like a little green anglerfish thing coming out. So Sue I like because she was actually a pretty funny character in the whole manga. I'm still reading the manga. I know the anime got canceled for season 2, and my AC's carrying on, so I'm sorry about that. But so what my favorite thing I liked about Sue was in one of the episodes. I think it was when the Harpy girl got ready to lay an egg. That the Harvey girl just pretty much comes out and says, "Hey, I'm getting ready to lay an egg," and all the other girls, including Sue, by the way, all the other girls pretty much grab an object and just hit the guy, because they thought he mingled with her or something. Just all hit him. Now, as the other girls hit him for like thinking that she hadn't, she just really just grabbed the bat, hit him with it, and was over in the corner just doing this little action. And she had no idea what was going on, and she didn't care. She just thought we were supposed to hit the person. That's all, which I thought was funny. I know in the manga she got to a point where she was a little bit psychotic and it was a little crazy. But I'm not gonna learn too much. You gotta read the manga because that was a really good thing about her. But yeah, I like Sue. Sue was pretty. Sue might become one of my tattoos because I do have a bunch of anime tattoos. But that's it for Sue. Next one on the list, if I can get it. Am I messing up? Is this girl and she is, and if I can get her name to pop up. Okay, you stupid thing. Work with me here, okay? I know what I'm doing. Okay, cool. So she's Biken from Guilty Gear. Biken is a samurai, and funny thing about it, she's actually a master swordsman, one of the best in the franchise, even though she has one arm. I'm not kidding. She only has one arm, and like her whole backstory was that she's from so Guilty Gear story is pretty much like it's in the future. We found an energy source that's unlimited. Like there's nothing that can never end and everything. So basically, when it comes to something like that, war breaks out. So we had humans went to war. We made a weapon called gears, or pretty much like organic machines that can do everything a human do but better. And like their leader was like, well, wait a second, if we're weapons of war and we're better than humans, why do we gotta listen to the humans? So pretty much they went Terminator status, betrayed the humans they were working for and everything. And yeah, that was the problem. So pretty much during like one, so it started at Tokyo or Japan, I think, but I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was Tokyo. I'm not really sure at the moment. But so Baiken was a survivor of the first assault of the Gears because the Gears were on a murder spree and everything. Took her arm and like she lost her eye too. That's why she wearing an eye patch. But she's really good. Like you play, like you read her story, play her in the game. She's really good character. She has some of the best moves and everything. Um, I think the only problem I do have with Baiken though is that she is like a bit of a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty much that reason. But yeah, she's like. So I know the new Guilty Gear she came in the Revelator 2. She was pretty cool. She actually had pretty powerful techniques and everything, but I'm still trying to learn her. But that's the end for this character. Next character on the list is this girl and her name, and I'm sorry if this name offends you. Name Raph, aka Satan from Seven Mortal Sins. Now, I know there's two animes out there, one named Seven Mortal, one named Seven Daily. Real quick, I found out that Seven and Mortal were swap names, so it was an accidental release. So in the US, Seven Deadly Sins is supposed to be Seven Mortal Sins, and vice versa. But that's the US version. But people just went with it. So this is saying she's actually pretty much the Sin of Wrath. Um, this anime was pretty stupid to me, but it was also funny. So this is pretty much let's take pretty much every sin known to man and make it fan service, which I didn't understand why you would make it fan service, but whatever. So she's actually pretty cool. Her attitude could work, but I think my favorite moment with her is where she really just well when like Lucifer went to hell. She was the first one to. She tells Lucifer because she didn't know Lucifer got kicked out of heaven. She tells Lucifer, "Angels ain't welcome here." Fights Lucifer. Lucifer does like a roundhouse kick and just kicks her through the door of the monument that the seven deadly sins reside in. And that's just hilarious. It's a really good anime. You gotta check it out. Just make sure you're over 18 because I don't need your mom coming and kick my butt for it. It's a really crazy anime. She's by the way, I love that axe. I have this figure. And now, next one on the list is this girl. And if you don't know who it is, I'm going to give you the name right now. Her name is Ozya from High School DxD. Now, a lot of my friends might be surprised that she's on here because a lot of my friends know me that I hate High School DxD because of stupid reasons, according to their eyes, but they're proper. So, the reason I like Ozya is that she's a nun, and she's like what you think a typical blonde person is, that clueless, dumb, and everything. It's not that she's clueless and dumb. It's just that she has a hard time comprehending stuff. Like I remember one time in the anime where she was on a bike ride. She said, "Yeah, your friends invited me to a devil's threesome," man. I'm like, "Oh my god!" And you said okay to it? What? I'm like, we just gotta be looking at the main male character anime and stop anything from proceeding because that would have been bad. Oz is actually inspiration for a D&D sidekick I'm trying to come up with too. Um, so she actually has a healing effect. She can actually heal people incredibly good. Incredibly peaceful, incredibly nice. Something total opposite of me because I'm known as an angry lunatic. But yeah, that's pretty much Ozya's whole thing. Ozya is probably also the only character I think has like one of the weirdest interaction when it comes to other characters in her anime. But what can I say? I'm gonna get rid of this. The next one on the list. That was 7. So let's try 6 here. So this one's gonna kind of be weird. This is a mono series and a game, but I mean also a anime. So her name's Gurren, I think how you pronounce that. I'm not sure. I couldn't. The anime was in Japanese, so I'm like, okay, I can't read word for crap anyway. So she's from the anime Frame Arm Girls. So pretty much Frame Arm Girls was an anime that was like you have these little model, I guess, like a little toy came like a little model thing for her armor and weapons, and you were supposed to like build them and make them fight stuff in there. So what I like about Gurren in the anime was that Gurren had like the weirdest backstory. So apparently she was part of a model line. Like I said, the story like you pretty much you had to buy the toy and it came with the model pieces that you had to put together and make them fight stuff. Funny part about it was she was like a big popular one, like it was mass produced, but the person that owned her was the only one to ever activate her. And it was just funny too. It's like, so what? Like, yeah, you're supposed to activate me, and I'm supposed to go fight other robots. And it was funny too, because pretty much like she went to, so she went to like the other frame arm girls, and like you had a jet, a tank, two twins that were a bit loco, stuff like that. And Karen grew and fought them and everything. But I just thought it was funny that like when we heard when me and my friend were watching, we heard them say, "Well, we are like she got a letter from the company that made Gurren saying, you're the only one to ever activate her." Like, what was like how many people bought Gurren and what did they use her for? Because that's what we're trying to figure out. Like, if she was a mass produced one, why is there only one activated? Where we couldn't figure that out. We were also a bit horrified about that too. So yeah, that's like that was like a question we don't even want to. We don't want to. So we got this girl, and if you don't know who she is, and I'm sorry if I get the name wrong, because like I said, I am dyslexic. So I do have a hard time reading. Her name is Horizon Arbitus. Don't know if you can if you can tell me how to call me or message me how to pronounce that. Go ahead. And she's from Horizon in the middle of nowhere. So this anime was kind of cool to me. So it's pretty much it was I know you guys seen like the new Dog Hack series where they pretty much where they just call a little screen and use items and spells and stuff. It was pretty much like that, but instead of being inside a game, it was actually in real world. But apparently, if you want to do like a magic, like your magic or special technique, you really just like, okay, summon a computer screen out of nowhere, press button, something happens. Opening up this anime was actually pretty good. So Horizon, I liked was because she's a robot and she doesn't know emotion. She has incredibly sensitive, doesn't know how to interact with humans or anything. But then you find out in an anime that actually she was once human. Something tragic happened. She got killed. Um, Horizon it actually some called in the anime called a Armor of Deadly Sin. She's number 8 or 9. I can't remember. So she's Armor of Deadly Sin. But the funny part about it was that so in the anime they didn't know Armageddon is getting ready to happen. They don't know when. She's actually the way to stop it, and what you have to do is you have to collect the other Armor of Daily Sins. But when you find out at the end of season 1 that lazy, all the Armor of Daily Sins are pretty much pretty much she's the core of it, and everything else is an emotion of hers because she died and apparently got the parents almost like, oh, she died, we're gonna take everything and make it a weapon of mass destruction. So that's the crazy thing about that. But this anime was pretty cool. Do know they had weird outfits, and most of the girls were in like the, I guess, like a G skimpy outfit, a rated G skimpy outfit, if that makes sense. But next one up, I'm sorry, I forgot to call. If you know who this is, I'm so sorry for you. Her name is Kirby. I'm not going to ask that. She's from the Data Life series. Now, sorry about that little green thing. I couldn't get rid of it. Um, I just grabbed the picture and just went with it, and I didn't know that I thought I could get rid of it, but I couldn't. So Kirby was actually a pretty cool thing. So she has an ability where she can't die as long as she has time left on her, and she can absorb time from anybody, and she has to call like a past death back to life to help fight. So what I like about Kirby is that Kirby is actually you think she's crazy, but she actually is pretty. She actually is pretty smart on what she's doing. Because when you see her, she's like the main character of the anime. You see her like go on a date with him, and the first thing she does is try to like impress him was, let's go to a lingerie shop. Like, okay, you're in high school. Why are you going? Like, I don't know. But like Kermit got mad like because you saw like these boys picking on like a little kitten or something, and what I found out later was Kermit's an animal lover, so it makes sense. But when the boys started like playing like taking a little airsoft gun to shoot the shooting around the cat, messing with it, Kermit got pissed off. Just really walked up there with like that pistol and just murdered him. Like she didn't care. Kermit is also, I think Kermit also has like one of the best backstories. Because according to the manga, Kermit actually is an entity that does because she can't die because she has like I think she can't die, or her angel abilities prevents her from dying. It's just like, well, I can do whatever I want, and I will do whatever it takes to make sure I live longer than whatever it takes. Um, I do like her color. I do like this outfit of her. This is like her main outfit, and I like the color concept. Like, it's it makes sense. It's a Halloween themed color scheme for a psychopathic character, so it makes pretty cool sense. But Kirby, yeah, I give Kirby a lot of respect. So we're getting to number three, if I can get to it. So this is number three, and this is her name. I kid you not, that's really her name. She's a character from Blaze Blue. So this is what Mewtwo is. Mewtwo is a weapon form of another character. The other character's name is Noelle Vermillion, and I hate that character with a passion because she's like, oh, I got a gun bigger than a 50 cal. It's a pistol, packs more power than a 50 cal, and you're a cop with no backbone. Explain this to me. So, but Mewtwo is pretty much the weaponized version of her. There's something in the game called the Azure Grimoire. She's actually called the successor of the Azure. So that's the reason she has it. This form right here is pretty much where she's connected to the Azure. So what Mewtwo is pretty much she's a weapon, like I said. Can use all forms of the Azure. She's but when she goes to this mode, she's no longer using the gun. She's mostly a melee expert with blades. Countless, like I think she has like six or eight, I can't remember. But it's funny thing is like she can actually throw them and just come back, which is kind of cool and everything. The character actually had like a pretty powerful finisher, like instant kill or over attack, whatever. Um, I don't know if she's in Blaze Blue cross tag battles, but I gotta check into it. But this character actually pretty fun. Okay, get ready. Now we're going to number two. And yes, this is probably a crazy outfit. But this is her name. So this is Irisheart. She's from Hyper Nubians in Neptunia. So quick thing about Irisheart is that she's actually a god mode of another character of a character. She's like a little 12-year-old girl, but the 12-year-old girl is like a little bit psychotic, like a little bit dumb, doesn't comprehend stuff. She always wants to have fun. But Irisheart is like the total opposite. She's like a masochist, gets pleasure out hurting people or whatever she's fighting and stuff. It's just whatever. So here's the reason I like Irisheart. So in the game, when I first got her game, when I first met her in the game, she was like, "Oh well, I'm this and everything," and like, okay, so the character just I made a joke to myself and my friend like she just is like a dominatrix. Well, imagine my surprise when I opened up like unlocks a special for her because her human mode and her god mode have like two different specials when it comes to the same move, and it's pretty much where she does like the dominatrix thing where she hits you, she walks up to you, grinds her heels into you, hits you with the whip sword, she laughs, then you just blow up. Which I thought was fun. And I think my favorite moment I have ever seen with this character is you're fighting a boss. And you had like one of your allies, and the boss had like crush one of the allies you had. And the boss is like saying, "Well, that once I beat you, that girl's gonna be my girlfriend." And then like she points to the girl and like everyone else in your team and says, "That person, that person, that person, that person are all my pets." How lunatic do you have to be to call your best friend pets? And let's be honest, this character, if you like Google certain pictures like her with her friends, you're gonna see stuff that could be deemed inappropriate, borderline at least. But Iris is actually a pretty cool character. I like her. She uses a whip sword. She's a goddess. Her ultimate attack in the game, like whoa, this she summon and like she sounds like she's being like has pleasure of everything. Like do this. Go find the game for the PS3 called Hyper Dimension Neptunia V. That's it. If you see her and get the extra attacks in, she is beyond crazy. I'm not lying, but yeah, just look for that game. Hyper Dimension Neptunia V. That's pretty much what the name right there says as well with the V at the end. That's it. Now I'm gonna give you a quick backstory on this one. I had a number one reason I like number one was from I had a dark time in my life, and number one's anime and her all our characters saved me from doing horrible things to people and throwing my life away. But so number one is this girl. Her name's Lucy from Elfen Lied. Or well, anyone who ever watched anime, this is news. The nice guy's evil mass murderer moment. I like Lucy because she. You look at her childhood; it's really messed up. So In her anime, she's something called a Diclonius. It's like so based on the anime or the manga, it's where you go. In the manga, it was a curse that spread. In the anime, it was just a mutation that spreaded. So what happened is that Lucy's part. So Lucy is a Diclonius, and they got this ability, some of these psychic hands, I guess. And the hands is pretty much just that you just throw the hand, you just can throw the thing, can cut through or break through anything. It's a parasite. They also don't have like the ability to get pregnant, but they have their way to reproduce. So reason I like Lucy was that Lucy accidentally killed her mother. Got put into an orphanage. Got bullied a lot because she had horns, like the little white things you see. Um, got bullied because of the horns. Um, and she had like she only thing she kept her like sane was a little pup she found. Well, the boys that kept picking her found the puppy, beat it to death, and that was just the last straw. She just massacred everything. Then she left. Then she leaves on the run and everything. And it's a grin. So the problem is like reason like I like Lucy so much was Lucy at the time at like the darkest hour of my life. I realized that if she can survive all this to a worse degree that I'm going through, then I can survive it too. So yeah, only difference is that it's kind of I don't know if it's weird because I was going to church at the time and everything. I don't think like my family religion or anything can equal what Lucy has ever done for me. So yeah, but that completes the list of the top 10 anime characters that um I like that are women. Hope you enjoy and let me know what you think. And other than that, have a nice night or day or wherever time you see this.